The morning fog in San Francisco is iconic, rolling in from the Pacific Ocean and blanketing the city in a soft, silvery haze. It's a daily ritual, a natural phenomenon that both locals and visitors have come to expect, as if the city itself is waking up beneath a gentle shroud. The fog wraps the Golden Gate Bridge in mystery, turning its familiar red towers into ghostly silhouettes that seem to float above the bay. For a few hours each morning, the world-famous landmark is transformed, hidden and revealed by the shifting mist. Tourists gather at every viewpoint, eager to capture the magic on their cameras and phones. They marvel at the beauty, the sense of wonder that the fog brings. But on the streets below, beneath the postcard-perfect views, another reality quietly unfolds. David, once a cook with a home and a cat he loved, now pulls a thin blanket tighter around his shoulders as the concrete becomes his bed. The chill of the morning air seeps in, and the city's famous fog offers little comfort. For David, the fog is his only roof, a damp and fleeting shelter that disappears with the rising sun. He sits and watches cars pass by, each one a reminder of a life he once knew, a life filled with routine, warmth, and belonging. Many people avert their eyes, clinging to the city's postcard image, unwilling to let the harshness of reality intrude on their day. But the cracks are showing, not just in the pavement but in the very fabric of the city itself. David's story is echoed by thousands across America's cities. Men, women, and families who have lost their homes and now live in tents, shelters, or on the streets. He is not invisible, though many pretend he is. Every day people walk past, choosing not to see, but his presence is a silent plea for recognition. This crisis is not hidden. It's on library steps, in city parks, and in the places where we gather to learn and relax. It's at the heart of our most celebrated places, a stark contrast to the beauty and history that draw millions of visitors each year. The sight of luxury buildings beside makeshift shelters challenges our idea of progress and prosperity, forcing us to question what kind of city we are building. Think back to your last visit to a big city. Did you notice those living in the shadows of the landmarks? Or did you look away? Their presence asks us a difficult question. What makes a city truly great? Is it the monuments and the skyline, or is it how the city treats its most vulnerable citizens, those who have fallen through the cracks? The crisis is everywhere, not just in forgotten corners or hidden alleys, but in the heart of bustling neighborhoods and upscale districts. It forces us to look beyond the glittering surface, to see the pain and struggle that exists side by side with beauty and success. David's cold morning is a quiet alarm bell, a reminder that the city's story is not just one of triumph, but also of hardship. It rings for all of us, whether we live here, work here, or are just passing through as visitors. The crisis touches everyone, in ways both seen and unseen. The city's beauty and its pain exist side by side, impossible to ignore, and together they tell the true story of San Francisco today. What once felt like a rare sight, someone sleeping on a bench, has become a daily reality. In Los Angeles, homelessness grew by nearly 10% in a single year. In New York, shelter numbers have hit record highs, with thousands of children among them. Phoenix's encampments have more than tripled, even as the summer heat turns deadly. Shelters and services are overwhelmed, like buckets under a broken dam. Encampments line Seattle's freeways and Portland's downtown streets. This is a national crisis, far beyond what any city can handle alone. The problem is now part of daily life, on commutes, in parking lots, everywhere. The safety nets we relied on are failing. The American dream of a home for everyone is slipping further away. These numbers are not just statistics, they are lives, families, and futures at risk. Travel brochures promise sparkling fountains, grand monuments, and vibrant city life, painting a picture of urban perfection that draws millions of visitors each year. They showcase sunset skylines and bustling streets, but the reality that greets travelers is often far more complicated and layered than the glossy images suggest. Walk Boston's Freedom Trail, for example, and you'll encounter centuries of history. Yet right alongside, you'll see people huddled in sleeping bags, their presence a stark reminder of ongoing struggles. For many tourists, this collision of vacation dreams and raw human struggle is jarring. Sightseeing meets the reality of hardship in a single moment. Some visitors feel their trip is spoiled, their excitement dampened. Others are struck by guilt, spending hundreds on meals and souvenirs, while others nearby have nothing at all. For locals, this is daily life, a mix of compassion and frustration, concern for safety, and a constant worry for their children's understanding of the world. Business owners fear for their livelihoods as foot traffic changes. Parents struggle to explain the crisis to their kids, searching for words that make sense of what they see. Homelessness in tourist areas forces a conversation many would rather avoid, making it impossible to look away from the city's deeper issues. It pulls back the curtain on the postcard image, revealing deep inequalities and the stories that rarely make it into travel guides. A city is not just its monuments or attractions, it's all its people, from lifelong residents to those struggling to find shelter. When visitors witness this side of the city, it can profoundly change their perspective, prompting reflection and empathy. It turns a simple vacation into a lesson about the country's true challenges, sparking conversations that linger long after the trip ends. Behind every beautiful facade, complex human stories unfold. Stories of hope, hardship, and resilience. The contrast is impossible to ignore, reminding us that every city has layers, and every journey reveals more than we expect. For Maria, the day starts before sunrise in a 20-year-old car, the only shelter she can provide for her family. The world is still dark and quiet, but her mind is already racing with worries about the day ahead. With her 2 children beside her, Maria moves the car each night to avoid tickets or being asked to leave, always searching for a safe, hidden place to sleep. The constant uncertainty makes rest nearly impossible. Mornings mean finding a public restroom before the crowds arrive, and getting her kids ready for school. Clean uniforms washed in park sinks, hair brushed in the reflection of a car window, doing her best to give them a sense of normalcy. After drop-off, Maria's day is a race against time and exhaustion. She must find safe parking, search for jobs on her phone, and figure out how to secure their next meal. Every dollar counts, and every moment is spent planning for the next challenge. Every hour is about survival, not rest. The stress is relentless, and the fear of losing even this fragile stability is always present. James, a veteran in Denver, lives in a tent under a freeway, his only refuge from the elements and the noise of the city above. His day is a loop. Find water, protect his space from theft, manage chronic pain, and walk miles to a day center for a shower, or to a library for warmth and a brief escape from the cold. Both Maria and James are not lazy. They are resilient, resourceful, and determined, facing obstacles most people never imagine. Their lives are a testament to the human spirit, tested to its absolute limit every single day. They miss simple things: a locked door, a hot shower, a bed to call their own, and the peace that comes with safety and privacy. These are not stories of waiting for help, but of fighting to survive, of doing whatever it takes to keep going, day after day. Every day is a battle most of us never see, hidden in plain sight among the rush of city life. Their hopes and fears are real. Their humanity is undeniable, even if their struggles are often invisible. Their strength is remarkable, but it shouldn't be required just to survive. Everyone deserves a safe place to call home. There's no single villain behind this crisis. Skyrocketing housing costs mean even full-time workers can't afford rent in many cities. A single setback, a medical bill, a job loss, can push families onto the street. Wages haven't kept up, and stable jobs are disappearing. The social contract is broken. Hard work no longer guarantees a home. Support systems for mental health and addiction have been gutted, leaving many without help. Veterans struggle to transition without robust support. Homelessness is the result of systemic failures, not personal ones. Understanding the causes is the first step toward compassion and real solutions. In a fast-moving world, it's easy to look away from suffering, but when we ignore those on the street, we erase their humanity. The first step costs nothing. See the person, make eye contact, offer a smile, a nod. This small act says, "You matter." For someone ignored all day, it can be a lifeline. Kindness doesn't have to be grand. A bottle of water, a hot coffee, a moment to listen. You don't have to solve their problems, just share a moment of your heart. These small acts ripple outward, breaking down walls, and reminding us of our shared humanity. We can't know someone's journey or pain. Judging from the outside is unfair and unhelpful. Instead, choose compassion. See the person, not just their circumstance. The soul of a city is found in how it treats its people, all its people. Homelessness is a test of our collective values. The tents and families and cars reflect the cracks in our society. We can't look away or wait for someone else to fix it. This is a human problem, calling for a human response. It starts with caring, with talking, with challenging stereotypes. Use your voice. Say it's not acceptable for people to live and die on our streets. Help in big or small ways. Donate, volunteer, vote for compassionate leaders. No act of kindness is too small. Every effort matters. Let's be the generation that refuses to let our neighbors be invisible. Next time you're in a city, look beyond the lights. See the people in the shadows. Offer a smile, your help, your heart. Together we can rebuild our cities as places of compassion and hope for everyone.